lady in.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Bring that lady in.
Lady in here.
Yeah, let's give her some flowers.
Look, y'all been running the ball too much.
Yeah, pass the ball. And we ain't doing no looks. We doing a straight bounce pass. You see what I'm saying? That's a straight bounce pass.
Oh my gosh. She ain't gonna keep running up and down the court.
No. We running 5-on-5.
Well,
baby.
you get ready now. You right at the line. You can just shoot. Right?
Yeah. Ain't no free throw though. You got to be in action. So I got a question for you.
Sure.
Right. So I'm not very familiar with your work. Okay. But what I do understand is what Terrence has given me as a dossier about you. Right. And he says this young lady deserves some flowers. So tell me, one, how you feel about that, and two, who do you think deserves flowers in your life?
Ooh, piggybacking off of what you said early on, it's really hard for me to, I just do what I do because I love to do it. I love people. I'm very interpersonal. Empathetic, and I support. So ultimately, I just love to do what I do. What was the other question?
Who in your life deserves those flowers? Come on, we ain't got all day. You got somebody right in front, but you don't want to make a mistake. So I'm gonna let you do it by decades. So let's start at the oldest person and go down to the youngest.
Okay. Well, as Boo know, I just lost my dad on Saturday.
All right.
Saturday, yeah.
Our condolences, sweetheart. Our condolences, sweetheart.
And she brushed herself off and understood. Me and her talk, and she understood that her dad wanted her to be happy. And she came out to our show, and the video you guys see on YouTube and on my page, Amy did it.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, thank you. So my father lived a very long life, 93 years old.
Oh, excellent. That's
Yes.
that's a walk right there,
Served
baby.
in the Korean War. Did not know that he was even in the military until like 10 years ago because he did not talk about it. Yes. I just learned 2 days ago that he was a paratrooper. Wow. Jumped out of airplanes. I never knew he got on a plane.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm learning things about him. I also learned, and this is probably the reason why I'm getting into what I'm doing now, and eventually, well, I don't want to spill the beans on myself because, I want to speak into existence, but some things get blocked when you talk about it too soon.
Speak it. No,
Yeah.
Have faith in it, babe.
Yeah.
Have faith in the one who gave you the idea, the creator.
Absolutely.
So go on, speak it.
Yeah.
Speak it.
Yeah, so, I talked to my dad about some of the things that I was doing, and after he got in the military, he left it totally behind. He didn't take advantage of GI Bill. He didn't get no government money, no nothing. He literally left it behind. What he did was, and I want to say in the late 60s, 70s, he opened up a fleet of nightclubs. One nightclub is called the French Underground.
Oh, I know that place. Yeah. I'm very familiar. But go ahead.
You about to make me cry.
It's all good.
The laboratory that I work for, that's where I left from to come here. The owner of the practice that I contract with, her dad and my dad, they both served in the Korean War. And but she was like, how did you come up with how do you end up with a 93-year-old father? And I'm 44. And I said, well, I have a lot of siblings, and I'm like the youngest. You know how they go.
Get off my feet.
Yes.
Get off my feet.
So yeah.
Was like Nate.
Yeah, your dad was like me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My oldest 41, my youngest just turned, she'll be 13 in February. I respect him.
Yeah.
I respect him.
Hey, he ain't tell you how many in between.
It's 15 of them in all.
Really?
Yes, indeed. But go ahead with your dad.
Wow. Yeah.
Because that French Underground, that was a spot.
Yeah, so
Trying to
mind
tell
you, He had dementia, so leading up to his passing, so thought process is a little distorted, and we were trying to get information, out of him to learn a little bit more about him. And I actually caught it on video where he said that. He was talking about it. He said in 72 is when he opened it up, and it was the French Underground. So we're Googling it. Of course, it's not on Google. It's not online because it's so old. The information's so old. So going back to my colleague, when she came back from vacation on Monday, she was like, "How you doing, sweetheart?" And I said, "My father passed." And she said, "Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. Oh, wow, why are you here?" And I said, "Sitting home, it's no point." So we was talking about that, and then as far as military, and she was like, he should have benefits and he should have this and that. And I said, well, they're updating us as it go. And she was like, well, what did he do after the military? And I told her about the nightclub scene. What's the name of the club? I said, well, one of them was called the French Underground. And she said, baby, I frequent that club. She said, you don't understand. Your father, that was the spot where she said it was members only. You literally had to be invited in. You couldn't just walk in. It's not like the clubs where you can just go and pay at the door. It was you had to be invited in, and anyone in D.C., Maryland, Virginia, it was a members only club type of thing. You had to be invited in. I mean, you wore the best of the best. People had money. And it was underground. He said the spot was literally underground, and it was just, and I guess DuPont Circle was all black at that point. That was my father. My father owned it. William Belay Allen Jr.
So
He
guess
worked
what?
for
You
Yellow
are his
Tap.
flower.
He
How
worked
about
for
that?
the Yellow Cab Company for over 50 years also.
Wow.
Can I add something? I want to say something that's very important for you. And my condolences to you and your family.
Thank you.
But you should smile every time you think about what your father did for where he contributed, not just to the country, but I'm talking about to us as a people. And so, he laid some foundation, and his flowers that you gave him while he was here, those flowers are still coming back to you. As Nate just sat here and confirmed that your father, he provided something to the community that was really, really history. And so you should not feel in no kind of way, you should keep pushing it, make sure people talk about it, and let them know, because that's the other thing where we make mistakes. We don't talk about what they did for us.
Right.
And he set that platform for these bands and for the businessmen and so many other people like your dad.
And I also learned before Chuck Brown was with the Soul Searchers, when he was in the jazz circuit, because it was the jazz club.
That's right.
Come on.
That's right.
Yeah.
You played there?
You played there.
I played there with a guy named John
Oh,
Lester.
my goodness.
I was 12 years old. And,
Oh, my God,
and
y'all
what I
about to make
remember,
you
what I remember
cry.
about it, because the whole time, like, French Underground. I played. So I'm seeing it in my head, like, oh, I played there.
Up
So
near
I don't know if you
DuPont.
remember- would you remember John Lester? He was a jazz player, played organ, mostly organ. And so he would always have these trios or, maybe 4-piece band. And I was just starting to break into jazz. I was never as good as this guy right here. But I was breaking into jazz. So at 12 years old, I was in a lot of clubs in D.C. and Alexandria. Yeah,
Hey, look,
yeah.
hey, look,
so
you guys.
yeah, that's crazy.
Let me handle something.
That name, I want to write this down before I leave because I remember that name. So I
Yeah,
definitely.
you called him Papa T. That was his handle name.
Wow.
Well, let me tell you something about your
That's
grandfather.
crazy.
Your father,
Yes, my
real
father.
quick, right? So the French Underground had a unique set of individuals that can come. It was Black High Society, right? But Black High Society is not like what it is now. Black High Society now is all income based and so forth. Back then it was more society, it was socially based.
Yeah.
So my family had a heck of a standing back then. My grandfather, he ran numbers and women, right? So back in the day, this was considered somewhat of a lofty position, and he was the local loan shark, right? So his name was pretty damn good. That give you some understanding of how they was running back then. So the French Underground was a place where he and his comrades could park, be safe, go in there, hit little spots, see a little folks, spend a little money, get a little drink, and get out. But if you was in and out of the French Underground, you was choice pork chop, as they say back then. You was choice pork chop, which meant that, you know, not only did you have substance in your own little region, but now you got cityscape awareness. You dig what I'm saying? So it was kind of like in Harlem, they had like the Savoy Club.
Cotton Club.
Even more so than because Cotton was white. It was white, then black. But the Savoy was, that's where the Hughes brothers started dancing and stuff like that.
Right.
It was always the black elite.
That's like the Harlem Renaissance.
It's like Savoy was open during the Harlem Renaissance. So the French connection was similar. But I will say there's a duplicate using that name today that has nothing to do with our community, but it's folks from the French embassy and things like that. So they picked up that name.
Hey, look, I wanted to share earlier, but it was flowing so good. But I want our public to know, life is about memories.
Yeah.
It's about which ones we choose to make. Like Nate said, we learn what to do, not to do. But it's about the memories we make. And cherish the people while they're here. Back to what we're talking about here tonight. Cherish them while they're here. Do people right. You know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. Just do people right. Yeah. Even the ones who do you wrong, don't try to get them back. Just do people right. Yeah. You know, that's the message here. Because Nate said it. The flowers we give is what we do. Yeah. It's not what we say.
Yeah.
The flowers we give is what we do.
So, young lady, we asked you about the decades. You started with Dad. Come on, we're not going to let you off the hook. We're going. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
A quick question, though. So, because I don't really know your background, but can I ask this about, because that was a great one. What part of what you know about your dad plays into where you are right now in your life?
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
flowers bloom.
And see, that's where I was not really trying to
Okay.
Because I feel like I don't want to jinx it. But
Let's stop. Hold down. We started off talking about how we as people position ourselves behind the 8 ball. We position ourselves. We conditioned to believe that we can jinx God's work. We don't got that kind of power.
Ain't nothing wrong with what you're doing.
And people will say, speaking into existence, but then they'll say, don't tell too many people because some people pray against it. But guess what? If it's for you,
it's for me.
It's for you.
Yes. That's right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just say, like, the only reason I say people got choice, right? Because some people might not feel like one thing I learned about people, I allow them their own process.
Correct.
Yeah. Say her process may be different than mine or yours or Nate's. I mean,
but she might need the encouragement.
Wait.
She talked about it. I'm really blown away.
When she talked about it and mentioned it tied to her dad, her whole facial expression changed.
Right.
So that thing bubbling to get out. So that thing bursting, man. It's all in her throat. Can you see it? Man, I can see it like she got an Adam's apple. Bring that thing on out, girl.
So let me say this too. See, that's like Nate is talking about. You got to understand something. Don't go in even thinking that it's a possibility that it's not going to succeed. Because you know what's going to happen? I don't care what it is, what you do. First of all, if you put God first in it, and then you claim victory, it's already done. See, you got Satan and all the negative and naysayers and all your fans that's up under the bottom that's going to be looking at you saying, girl, don't be telling nobody. No, what you're going to do is you're going to speak it in existence. You have already accomplished your goals already. It's just that you got to be consistent.
Absolutely right, for real, because my mentality is this. I have God's favor on my life, right? I know that, right? So no matter what even I do, I'm always gonna turn out right. I remember seeing a movie. He said, I think one of them superhero Jones said, "What's your gift?" And he said, "Whatever happened, I always end up good." Yeah. Huh? Yeah. You remember that movie?
Yeah, I don't know.
But they said luck.
Yeah.
They said my joint is good luck. Mine's not luck. It's favor.
Come on, speak it.
It's favor.
But
you know.
but also with you though, and the reason why I think you can be encouraged though, is because it's legacy too.
Yes.
What happens is people leave stuff and you don't realize that they left it. So the more I think about my success in life, I look back at my grandfather. I look back at my father, and I don't think they verbally said it to me, but I caught it. And so this is an opportunity for you
to channel.
No doubt about it, because it's already laid out for you.
What was the name again?
The French Underground.
No, your dad.
William Allen.
And what do they call him?
What they call him?
Papa T.
Channel your Papa T.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, channel your Papa T.
Yeah. It's really just a blessing of the heritage and the legacy that's passed down to you. You know, it's not, you know, I mean, that's one way of thinking about a channel. I'm like, no, it's just passed down. It's handed to you.
And it's like I'm old enough to now understand it.
Yes.
When I was, you know, like I said, he's 93, I'm 44. It's like,
you know how they,
and receive it. Take it.
You know, we always say as black people, like you talking about that the condemning mindset. That we always say, the sins of the father passed down. So the blessings and the favor.
They come the same way.
Come on.
They come the same way. But here's the kicker. The sins of our fathers passed down a very narrow path.
Yeah, come on.
Blessings come on the highway.
But can I give you one more? The sins of your father can be canceled.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Tell us.
Because there's grace now.
Yes.
There's grace and favor now.
Come on.
And here I love what I heard somebody say. Favor is not fair. Receive the favor that's about to come upon you.
Come on.
The grace that's about, and just now, it's up to you to receive it. But I like what's going on here. Like, you can say that thing. I don't care what nothing's going to stop God from doing what He's going to do in your life. Right. You say it, claim it, move in it.
Right.
Say it, claim it, and move in it.
And know this. And know this. Your dad.
Yeah, that's good.
We have a tendency to get into forgetting just because somebody transitioned as if that's the end. That's not. Your
It's
dad's
really
still
the
with you.
beginning.
Tell her.
It's
So
really the beginning.
Right. So he
we get stagnated because guess what? She got it. She got it. And she don't get it. She can watch this over and over. Let me tell you this. Me and Nate, we do this. Everything in life is skill set. Know that. This guy is a hell of a bass player because of the practice he put in, the education he received, and the natural born favorite talent that he got. This guy started what he started. He's a natural born leader. He's a pastor now. The pastor means leader. It's a leader. It's a leadership role. So look, leadership. Yeah,
no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Leadership.
There you go.
See what I'm saying?
Know your position.
Know who you are.
Yes, sir. And I'm trying
So
to
we
surround
giving you some
myself-
flowers right now, sweetheart.
And we throwing them at you.
Now with those flowers, you need to tell us through the decade. You ain't even answer Nate's question.
Come on now, you started with Dad. You started with Dad.
All those
Right.
flowers.
Well, I'm gonna back up 1 second. So
Okay.
you was asking what was I trying to?
Uh-oh.
I've been plotting around. I'm going in his footsteps. I wanna eventually open up my own club.
Okay.
No, you're going to eventually.
Right. Claim it.
Guess what? Your club
Okay.
already open. My grandmother said something one time. She said, I got $1 million. I just can't put my hands on it right now. She said she got it though.
Right.
Come on,
But that's what I'm.
That's good.
Ultimately, that's what I would like.
You know,
what I
the
would.
thing about once you claim it,
Turn that mic
and
to
you
him.
start,
Oh, you got to talk to
speaking
the
it,
mic. Speaking to the mic.
then all of a sudden you start seeing, God will start showing you, you can lease this building.
Yes.
You can
Yeah,
find
you
some
open up
people.
doors
Right.
for yourself.
You
That's
can
true.
find people that can buy this building.
Yeah, I actually been talking with Susan is a business owner in Baltimore. I met her at a comedy show where you were at the with Bead Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk to you, but yeah, I was there. I was doing his videography for that show.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why when I saw you,
It had to click.
it didn't click. Okay. I
Yes,
got you.
yeah, I was there doing the videography for him. But I ended up talking with her through me, knowing him. And we had a conversation. I was like asking her, how did you get into owning your own club? Because she has her own club. It's called Club Expectations. And I was like,
We was at when we said the comedy club there. Remember?
Yeah.
Club
Where you and I-
Expectations.
Yeah.
Where his birthday is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the owner, her name is Susan. She's a comedian as well, and this is her club. So I've been, she took me under her wing basically, and just give me little information on how she started, the things that she had to go through, the roadblocks, and the everything that she had to go through. I was supposed to meet up with her, just to see her club and to, just to. So I'm surrounding
on that
myself
note,
with
let me say
people
one
that.
thing
There
real
you
quickly,
go.
right?
Yeah.
On that note, just think about giving the flowers while they're still here. Flowers had to start with a seed.
Yeah.
God the one do the planting the seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we water and we
Cultivate.
cultivate it, right? But God make it grow, right? The flowers are for the people here, metaphorically speaking, is the one who planted the seed. We don't give them their flowers. This man right here planted the seed, planted in Alexandria for go-go. That's why he's sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Because while he's still
He
alive,
planted the seed for music.
for music. And I'm just saying, but for go-go, for us to say, look, man, maybe we can do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it ain't just for DC. Maybe it ain't just for them guys out there. Nobody in Virginia played go-go until this man.
So I'm
So I want to say this. Now you sitting here talking about this club scenario. You got a legend here, legendary musician there, a band leader here, a former club owner here, who's also a record label executive, and then you got this illustrious mindset here, Mr. Grimes. We would have not been collectively
Wow.
able to impart anything upon you had you not told us what it was.
Wow.
And
Okay.
think about what
Wow.
you do now.
Yeah.
You work in clubs.
Yeah, but I wanted to share something with you, and as we talking, and you talking about your experience.
You
Yeah.
can't miss it.
I'm just remind me. Let's get this call, but I want to share something with you.
Okay.
I've got some pictures that neither of you have ever seen.
Oh,
I had
really?
intended to have them out.
Right. Okay.
So we could sit around and look at those pictures.
Yeah, I think those are the ones you was telling me about. I think I saw the pictures. You were saying, you was telling me that it was when you opened up your first restaurant in Northeast,
Oh, okay.
and you was at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
those.
you did see some.
Yep. You remember the name of that restaurant? The bar, I mean the
Right.
club, the nightclub that you had. You remember the
Right.
name?
That was the first club I owned.
Yeah. So it was two.
Several clubs out there.
It was two clubs.
Huh?
It was two nightclubs that you had.
Two?
You said it was the first
Oh,
nightclub.
the first
You
nightclub.
had two of them?
Oh, I had several nightclubs.
Okay.
The most popular one was the French Underground.
What is it?
The French Underground.
The French Underground?
The French Underground. It was at DuPont Circle.
The French Underground in DuPont Circle.
It used to be, it's not anymore.
Right.
You know.
What year was that?
Huh?
What year was that?
Oh, that was in, hell, I can't remember. That was probably, what year was that, Michael?
Yeah, 'cause we weren't even thought of. None of us were thought of.
Huh?
We weren't even thought of.
Don't go there.
We weren't thought of. We weren't
Oh,
even.
you mean you wasn't even born yet?
None of us were born when you had the
Right.
Yeah. So it had to have been, because I know that nightclub the pictures I saw they were dated 1972.
Okay.
You remember the name of that club?
That 1972.
That was on Oak Street.
That probably was the French Underground.
So that was in 72 then.
Well,
The French Underground.
F-I, or F-E-N-C-H. Underground.
Underground. Okay.
That's probably what it was. It was that probably was the name.
Okay.
And, but I had a lot of nightclubs and restaurants and supper clubs. I had good luck with that kind of operation.
Yeah.
And almost anyone that you can mention, I was a part of it.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it was, you know.
Right.
But,